As the wait for an India-US trade deal gets longer and more indeterminate, time is running out. Maybe not for the governments and officials, but for India's exporters and their customers. There's a real-world cost to Trump's tariffs, and if fluctuating export figures are not enough, this month, January, many exporters say will be do or die. There's not been any clear update from either the US or India on the status of the tariffs, the trade talks, and especially whether the deal is close to completion, or what the stumbling blocks are, if any. Of course, except that Trump wants India to stop buying Russian oil. That has been a steady message from the US president, surprisingly consistent for the man, something that he has been repeating again and again in the past few months. After the 25% duty, Trump imposed an additional 25% punitive tariff on India for making hay while the West sanctioned Russia for its misadventure in Ukraine. The total 50% tariff has been debilitating for Indian exporters, but two things this month could make it worse. One is that while many Indian exporters, particularly those in the garments and footwear business, missed out on the lucrative Christmas shopping season, they are now set to lose out on the big summer season orders. That's if nothing changes in the next couple or so weeks. The added danger is that loyal buyers would then move on to source from other countries than India with its 50% tariff, which makes products pricey. And once your client moves on to someone else, getting them back, even if a favorable deal is reached later on, will not be child's play. The second worry is Trump's Sanctioning Russia Act, which he just signed and now goes to the US Congress for approval, which will impose 500% tariff on countries that buy Russian oil, since it sees such trade understandings an impediment to Russia ceasing hostilities in Ukraine. Together, they can be a lethal blow for India-US trade, something that will take Indian trade ages to recover from, even if a trade deal comes through later on. India's chief economic advisor recently said a deal is likely before March is through, and perhaps even then it will never be the same. In that scenario, only two things can save India's exports right now. Either a miracle of a trade deal where India gets a tariff rate below 20% to make it competitive amidst rival countries like Vietnam, Bangladesh, etc., or a definitive US Supreme Court judgment ruling that Trump's tariff imposition is legally valid. A verdict is expected this month. India's wait just got shorter, yet more agonizing than ever before.